Well, this is quite exciting, a bonus, unexpected addition to my Horizon 6 video series. We now have a specific release date for Forza Horizon 6, and we also have a few extra nuggets of info on top of that rather tasty cake too, and that's what I'm going to be covering in today's video, so look forward to it. So you ask, go on then, when can we play it? Well, what we do know is that if you pre-order Horizon 6 Premium, which you currently can't do because we're not supposed to actually know this, which I'll come on to in a second, early access will let you play the game 4 days early on the 15th of May 2026. Please also remember that Premium was introduced in Horizon 5 to replace the Ultimate version, which was previously the top edition that you could buy up until Horizon 4. It is now Premium, and that's going to continue into Horizon 6 by the sounds of it. So what does that tell us the base release date is then? Well, the 19th of May, obviously, because that's 4 days after the 15th of May. Also, in case it's relevant to you, because it is for me, the 15th of May is a Friday, and the 19th of May is a Tuesday. Now this is quite ideal, a bit better than Horizon 5, which for whatever reason released with Premium Edition on Bonfire Night in the UK, Friday the 5th of November. Why they chose to do that when the developers are actually from the UK, so they know that everybody's going to be celebrating Bonfire Night, I've got no idea. And then Standard Edition was released on Tuesday the 9th of November. I mean, Tuesday, kind of middle of the week, not ideal. That's going to be the same for Horizon 6, of course, Friday and a Tuesday. But for me personally, and maybe for others, the dates are going to be a bit better than they were for Horizon 5. As you may know, I'm now in a full-time job. I revealed that in my comeback in August. It's actually an apprenticeship. I have 4 days a week in work and then 1 day of university, which is on a Friday. The university part of that actually finishes for the academic year on the 22nd of May, and it starts again in September or October. So hopefully that means I'll have a few extra hours a week. I will be therefore working 5 days a week, but one of them days will just be a half day. So potentially I'm going to have a few extra hours a week to get to grips with the game and produce lots of content on it for you as well. But wait a minute, you might be wondering how I actually know all this info at this point in the video. Well, I will be perfectly honest with you, AR12 Nick told me on a YouTube Shorts a few hours ago. Not personally, he put a Shorts video out, he's now done a full video as well at the time of recording. I will leave a link to both of them in the description if you want to, but that is how I first found out about this. I saw a notification on my phone that we've got a release date for Horizon 6, and I couldn't help but click on it, to be honest with you. So how did this actually happen then? Well, as far as I'm aware, a certain selection of, let's say, lucky players received a pop-up on their game when they were launching Horizon 5 with this bunch of info on it, and I'll show that pop-up here on the screen now so that you can see what it is. So it's essentially an advertisement for you to pre-order Horizon 6. But the catch with this, the crucial part, is that it was not supposed to happen. But to be honest with you, how many times have we seen key info leaked by the developers in Horizon titles? Well, too many. My assumption is that this pop-up was created by the developers with the intention to be launched to all players following Developer Direct, which is next Thursday on the 22nd of January, which is when we were, before this leak, expecting to hear the official announcement of Horizon 6. So presumably, even though you might be thinking that this leak is an official announcement, yeah, you're kind of right, but because it was unintentional, we can't say 100% that it is the official release date. We can be 99.9% sure, but not 100. So what that means is probably the developers will either come out with a statement following this leak today or tomorrow, or they might wait until Developer Direct to address this leak and then probably confirm that this date is correct, given that that pop-up was created by the developers. Like I say, probably with the intention of showing to all players once they'd announced it, but what's actually happened is they've ended up accidentally leaking it to 1 or 2 players. One of them has then posted it on Twitter, now X, and now everybody knows, which is kind of what happens with the internet, to be honest with you. So a bit of a cock up from them, but now we all know when Horizon 6 is going to be released a week before we were supposed to. I'm not on all of the socials, I'm not on X, so it may have slipped through my net. had I not have seen this AR12 video. But for all I know, when I'm recording or editing or uploading this video, the developers may have come out and addressed it. I'm not sure, so that may also slip through my net as well. But regardless, really exciting news. It gives us something to look forward to in the not too distant future, even though we were probably going to get this info in 8 days time anyway at Developer Direct. But still, really exciting, and we now know tangibly when we can get our hands on Horizon 6 and we can start planning, and it gives me some kind of confirmation to include in the rest of my Horizon 6 series as well. So finally then, for this, what's the rest of the info we got from the pop-up? Now you may have read it when it was on the screen, I'll pop it back up again for you, but I'm going to run through it briefly. So we know the game will launch with a minimum of 550 cars. It's way less than what Horizon 5 currently has, which is between 900 and 1000. I'm not exactly sure because I haven't kept track of it, but I think it's around 940. But it is in the ballpark of what Horizon 5 launched with, which was 534, so that's 16 more, and that was up also from Horizon 4's 450 at launch, so it's not a huge increase, but it is still okay, it's acceptable. But of course it does mean that 400 cars that are now in Horizon 5 since launch are not going to be in Horizon 6 from launch. We don't really know what cars they're going to be, we don't know actually how many. It may be that there's 700 cars from Horizon 5 not in the game, but there's like 500 brand new ones. That's very unlikely, but it's possible. How many of those 550 will be the same as the 534 in Horizon 5? Again, probably quite a lot, but we don't know. But even if there are just 16 new cars in Horizon 6, that difference between those two figures, then it's better than none. We didn't really get that many brand new cars in Horizon 5 at launch, I think it was less than 10, so there you go, it's not going to be too bad. But I do use the term new quite loosely, because it's almost an unwritten rule with Forza that a lot of cars will be recycled. By this, if you're not familiar with that coined term, what I mean by this is essentially they'll be brought into Horizon 6, the developers will label them as new, they'll say that these are new cars, but what actually has happened is they've appeared in a previous title, whether it be Horizon or Motorsport or both, so actually they're technically not new, they're just returning from a previous title, but the developers like to call them new to try and get you to basically work towards them, complete the festival playlist or however you're going to be getting them, buying a car pack or whatever. So essentially it's all in their favour. So this new kind of term may apply to any new car out of the 550 that we know we're getting as a minimum, but it might also likely apply throughout the game's life, acting in the same way as previous Horizon titles, whereby the introduced cars say in the festival playlist, should that still be a thing in Horizon 6, maybe in car packs or by other means, like the auto show, they brand them as new even though they're not. That's probably going to happen throughout the life cycle as well, but we don't really know, it's just a bit of an assumption on my behalf because it's happened quite a lot in the Horizon series so far. We do of course hope that it won't be the case as frequently as previous titles, but what do I know. We also know from this pop-up that pre-ordering the aforementioned premium version will grant you access to the VIP pass, a welcome pack selection of vehicles and car pass. All three of those are the same as previous titles in terms of the top version of the game. But then you'll also get, this time, a pre-tuned and exclusive Ferrari J50. You might think that's a bit random, but again, AR12 told me that has links to Japan because it was only ever sold in Japan. Very exclusive car, and then the developers are presumably going to create like a Forza edition type thing out of it. There is also a time attack car pack, which suggests that there might be some kind of time attack mode potentially in Horizon 6, which is cool. And then you're going to have a certain selection of cars you can earn through getting this premium pass. You'll probably also be able to purchase it separately as well, but they will be equipped for that time attack mode if it exists. There's also going to be an Italian Passion car pack. Might seem a bit random, but maybe not, I don't know. And then also 2 premium expansions. Now, then the last two, the car pack and the expansions, are both going to be released post-launch, but they've told us about them now. Or, well, they were going to tell us next week, but they've actually told us today, because they didn't mean to, but they have anyway. Interestingly, it does say 2 premium expansions rather than just expansions. I don't know whether that's just because that's within the premium thing, so they're trying to sell it a bit more with a play on words, or whether there are going to be other expansions that are included in the base game or that you can purchase separately, and these are just 2 premium expansions only for people that purchase the premium version of the game. We don't know, but we can speculate. Something to note is that I will be discussing expansions amongst other things in episode 3 of my Horizon 6 series that's already on the go, which has been rudely interrupted by this leak. But just quickly on that topic too, because I was intending for episode 2 part 3 race circuits to go out at the end of last week, but I was struck by a bit of illness and tiredness and busy schedule over the weekend, which has hindered me getting that over the line, so it should be with you by the end of this week. And then I'm also endeavouring to push the rest of that series out as soon as possible. So that's episode 3, game modes and features, including expansions, and episode 4, my car list, and also community contribution to that as well. So that'll be ideally by the 22nd, Developer Direct, which is next Thursday, when we will likely receive confirmation on this release date. But the end of the month is probably a more realistic target, or even start of February, knowing my busy schedule and other content projects that are on the go. I don't want to force it out without it being good quality, but there is a bit of a balance for me in trying to get it out as quickly as possible as well, because the likelihood is that next week we're going to get a load more information, and then I'll need to cover that in follow-up videos as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are as excited as I am. I'm also very glad that I've been able to jump on this news almost instantly and get this video done for you all, because I usually miss out on these leaks and announcements due to other commitments, and then I end up not getting the time to do a video on them. But this one's landed quite nicely for me, because it's come near the end of my working day and I've been able to jump straight on it once I've finished work, so that's very handy. Subscribe for more Horizon 5 and Horizon 6, and I will see you very soon. Bye!